Here's something that might surprise you. Scientists, despite decades of research, despite all of modern medicine's power, still cannot tell you exactly what causes labor to begin. We can predict the weather days in advance. We've mapped the human genome, but the precise biological trigger that starts one of the most important events in human life? Still a mystery. Labor is one of the most studied events in all of medicine. Millions of births happen every year. Researchers around the world have dedicated their entire careers to understanding it. And yet, the moment labor begins, the exact switch that flips remains one of science's most fascinating open questions. Today, we're going to walk through what scientists do know, what they're still figuring out, and why understanding labor is one of the most important puzzles in maternal health. What we know about labor. Let's start with what scientists are certain about. Labor involves a complex cascade of signals, hormones, proteins, and chemical messengers that work together to prepare the body for birth. One key player is a hormone called oxytocin, often called the love hormone. During labor, oxytocin surges, causing the uterus to contract. But here's the twist. Oxytocin doesn't appear to be the one that starts the process. It seems to amplify labor once it's already underway, not ignite it. Prostaglandins, another group of chemical messengers, also play a major role. They help soften and open the cervix. But again, researchers haven't pinpointed who gives the very first instruction. Does the baby signal labor? One of the most fascinating theories, and one researchers are actively studying, is that the baby might actually help initiate labor. Studies in animals and some early research in humans suggest that signals from the developing baby's lungs could play a role. As the baby's lungs mature near the end of pregnancy, they may release certain proteins that travel to the uterus and help trigger the start of contractions. Think about that for a moment. Your baby growing inside you may be sending signals to your body saying, "I'm ready, it's time." Researchers are still investigating exactly how this works in humans and whether other signals from the baby's brain or organs are also involved. But the idea that a baby participates in the timing of their own birth is, scientifically speaking, remarkable. The role of inflammation. Another key piece of the puzzle involves inflammation, not the harmful kind you think of with infections, but a very controlled, carefully regulated biological process. Researchers have found that in the hours and days before labor, the uterus begins to show signs of what looks like controlled inflammation. Immune cells gather, certain genes switch on, the tissues of the uterus begin to change in preparation. Scientists now believe that labor may be in part an inflammatory event, a carefully orchestrated biological activation that the body has been quietly preparing for over the final weeks of pregnancy. But exactly what kicks off this inflammation and who coordinates all the moving parts is still being studied. Why this mystery matters. You might wonder, why does it matter if scientists don't know exactly what starts labor? It matters enormously because preterm labor, which is labor that begins too early, is one of the leading causes of complications for newborns around the world. If researchers could pinpoint the exact trigger, they might be able to develop better ways to prevent labor from starting too soon and to safely encourage it when a pregnancy goes too long. Understanding the labor trigger could change outcomes for millions of babies and mothers. That's why some of the world's top research laboratories are still dedicating resources to this question. Here's the perspective I want to leave you with. The human body is extraordinarily complex, and childbirth, something that has happened billions of times throughout human history, is still teaching scientists new things about biology, chemistry, and life itself. The fact that we don't fully understand what starts labor isn't a failure of science. It's a reminder of how breathtakingly sophisticated the human body truly is. Every birth is, in some sense, a biological event that even the most educated minds are still trying to fully comprehend. What surprised you most about this? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to know.